Okay, we're recording.
Alrighty.
Got our few seconds of silence in.
Hey, Hope.
Hey, Lindsay.
What's 10 minus 1?
9.
Episode 9.
Could
you believe it?
I thought you were quoting a Vine, but it didn't add up.
What's 9 plus 10?
19.
Don't.
18.
Just let it rest.
Oh yeah, episode 9. Episode 10, we have to do like a big celebration.
We have to do something crazy while we're recording. Like,
We won't say it though.
Y'all just won't know. Maybe like do a handstand or the splits the whole time. Or record during yoga.
I don't think either of us can actually do the splits.
You don't know what I'm capable of. You have no idea how high I can fly.
I don't know if it's safe to do a handstand for that long. Nor do I think I could.
Sorry. You know what that makes me think of?
Like how you apologized for cutting me off and then continued.
I'm gonna keep going. When people go bungee jumping, I was always afraid that there would be too much of a rush of blood to the head. Shout out Coldplay.
Yeah.
And I always was scared I was gonna get a nosebleed because I used to get really bad nosebleeds. But, like, what if you get stuck there for a while because something goes wrong and you're just stuck hanging upside down?
I think Theo's trying to come in. Why'd you think about this so much as a child?
I've had a lot of time.
Okay. I never thought about that. I always thought bungee jumping looked fun. But slightly scarred because of Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. That's how,
Jazz?
No.
Carlton?
Will? Sister?
Oh.
Hillary.
That's,
I guess, spoiler. If you haven't seen Fresh Prince, you're like a few decades late at this point.
What are you, 7?
I think that's how her fiance dies before they get married. He, like, bungee jumps off to maybe propose to her.
Oh my gosh.
And dies, like the cord snaps or something.
That's a great prank. I'm just kidding. That's really sad. I was thinking it was going to be something, like, funny.
No.
And you didn't
Is that
deliver.
funny? Are you laughing?
I'm crying. I'm choking on my tears.
I don't know if you just heard me take a sip of my oat milk.
Oat milk!
So, we've talked about Imperfect Produce before. I sometimes get produce from them.
This is not a sponsorship.
God, if it was, though.
Man, you know I wanted to be a delivery driver for them. $18 an hour.
Ooh.
Didn't get it.
Well, you know.
Not yet. I'm gonna keep trying.
Yeah. Right? Positive mindset.
Mm-hmm.
You didn't get it yet.
Not yet.
You're gonna apply again.
Next time I'll just lie about my delivery driving experience on the application.
I'll back you up. Put my number down.
Yes.
Yeah.
Domino's manager, Hope Hawkins.
Oh, I would be so bad at that. I would not. Here's the thing. I would not be a good manager in spite of the fact that, to an extent, being a teacher is being a manager.
Of so many
but
young
it's, like,
people
different.
at one time.
It's fun people who aren't your age and so you don't feel awkward. Imperfect Produce. So I forgot to cancel my box. No surprise there. At 12:30 on Saturday, I was like, oh, forgot to cancel that because I got charged. Was not expecting to pay that much for groceries this month, so that was fun. But anyways, a while ago when I was convinced that I would like oat milk, I put it on my, like, put in every order, like, category on there, so they would always give me one in every order. Don't know why I never stopped that, because I've gotten more boxes since then. I just always say, actually, never mind, I don't want this week.
Is the oat milk gone to your head?
There's, like, a parasite in there, and it convinces you that you like it.
Yes.
So, if you like oat milk, you have a parasite in your head. It's called oat milk.
All the Odies are going to come at you.
All the Odies? Is that what they're called? Am I an Odie? So anyways, now
Yeah, girl.
Yeah. Yeah, girl.
Oh, the shame.
So now in the mornings, I have a big glass of half oat milk, like a third milk, and then, like, a fourth cold brew because I can't handle a lot of caffeine. I need to get rid of my oat milk, but I like milk. It's beautiful. I also drink half of it every day, put it in the fridge, and drink the other half the next morning. I'm such a loser.
It's a beautiful problem.
So, Anyways, I have an unopened thing of oat milk in the fridge because I'm still working on the one I got from Trader Joe's that I talked about like 2 episodes ago.
I have not bought any more oat milk since
And
the
we're
whole
proud
debacle.
of it.
Yeah, regular milk for me, 2%.
I'm trying Mootopia now.
Oh.
To see if... I don't think it's working. My eczema is still pretty bad on my hand.
Mm-hmm.
I thought maybe it was the lactose. It must just be something in milk.
I thought
Sad day.
pretty much every issue that stems from milk for people was the lactose. Go figure.
I mean, maybe, but I've also really only been doing it for like a week.
What is milk without lactose? Nothing.
I thought there was gonna be like a joke, like, you know, like, what do you call it? A deer that's lost an eye.
What do you call it?
Oh no, sorry, both eyes.
Don't tell me. A deer that's lost both eyes.
Uh-huh.
A blind deer.
I have no idea.
I think I have to go.
Okay.
Lay in the street.
Well, yeah. Well, okay.
Okay. Alright, goodbye.
Is this the Notebook? Do you remember that scene in the Notebook?
Yes, they're like, let's lay in the street, and then
Oh, and then a cart comes.
alternate ending.
And they
get
both
squished.
die.
Squishy squished.
Like a pancake.
Flat like a pancake.
Yeah. My plants are doing... Oh. Most of my plants are doing well.
Except for
my
one.
Monstera is actually doing fine, but my new cat decided she wanted to chew 10 leaves off of it.
Mm-hmm.
I was heartbroken. I was very upset. Like, genuinely, like, I was like, no. Monsteras aren't cheap. It was also a gift from my boyfriend, so I was like, this can't die, cause then we die.
The love dies with it.
Yeah. So I had to move it outside because I realized after 2 days of it happening, totaling in 10 leaves, that she was not going to stop, even if I tried to get her to do other things or told her not to. She doesn't care. You know she doesn't care.
That's right.
She also has no idea what I'm saying because she's a cat. So, my Monstera has sadly moved outside, but it makes our balcony look extra jungly.
It looks amazing out there.
It does look good. But my room feels really bare now. Like, there's a whole giant... I mean, I have other plants
She still
in
has
here.
5 plants in her room.
But they're just not the same. I need another hanging plant right here. Maybe a pothos.
You should just put them on your bed. A bunch of plants.
I told Harvey when we move in together, I want like a canopy bed, but instead of curtains, just plants.
What did he say?
He said okay.
Wow.
Yeah.
Stefan would be like, no.
Would he
We
though?
can put PS5 controllers up there.
We can hang PS5 controllers and lasers for the cats that we don't like.
Yeah,
that bother us.
I don't like the cats, but let me spend $30 in cat toys on them.
Stefan, if you're listening to this, which I know you are, I know you like the cats.
We know you love the cats.
Because every time he's like, why are they running away from me?
I know.
Like, if you didn't like them, you wouldn't care that they didn't want you to hold them.
Also, they're running away from you because you yell at them constantly.
You scare them. Well, anyways,
go vote, you guys.
Yes.
I voted today.
Early voting started a few days ago.
Mm-hmm.
I have not voted yet, but I will find the time.
Do it. Make your voice count.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, I had oat milk and cat toys on my housekeeping list, and you checked those off.
I didn't even know you put those on your list.
Oh yeah. What else do I have on here? Grey's Anatomy. I am so deep in that show. I'm mad at some of the characters. I love some of the characters. And I did a poll recently on Instagram. Is McDreamy as fine as everyone thinks he is?
And did you get any more responses?
I got a lot.
Okay.
It was
I just appreciated the first response you got.
Who was the first response?
From our old neighbor.
Oh yeah! That's right. Yes. If you're listening, you know who you are.
I know what you did last summer.
Honestly. I have to say, I do think he is as fine as they give him credit for.
I think he's attractive.
I'll be watching and I'm like, oh, Patrick Dempsey.
Mm-hmm.
You're cute. I don't like him in Freedom Riders, but you're cute.
He still holds up.
Yeah.
Like, he's still good looking.
Mm-hmm. He's got nice hair.
He does.
Yeah, so if you're bored and you want to show that you will never run out of episodes, because there's, I think, 17 seasons, they still make him today.
What? I'm sure it's like, is it all kind of new, though? I do know a big spoiler, like,
I know someone
recently,
dies.
but like, who doesn't know that?
Well, I don't remember exactly who, so don't tell me.
Okay, because I remember who.
Okay, I know, like, my meemaw used to watch it, and I'd be little and see it on at her house.
That's cute.
My mom used to watch it a little bit, and, like, there's some interesting episodes. But yeah, it's a good show. I think I'm also about to start Assassination Classroom soon, the anime.
That sounds familiar.
With Stefan. He's watching Black Clover.
I need to get back on my Yu Yu Hakusho grind.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah, you do. I changed my name on Discord to Kazuma Kuwabara, and now I feel like I can't have that anymore because it's fake. I don't even watch it anymore. But I love Kuwabara.
She's fake. Fake AF.
I love Kuwabara. He's a good character. He's funny. Housekeeping?
That's pretty much it for me. I was just gonna talk about exercise too. I just feel like I've obviously fallen off because I don't have my gym.
I never got on.
But I don't know. I think I've been making more of an effort lately, which has been helping.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely makes me feel better. Like last night, I was like, if I could just have 2 hours of productivity, because I didn't do anything like all day. Maybe this was 2 days ago. Whatever. I was like, I just need 2 hours, a little like quick burst of being productive, and it felt so good. Like I worked out, I cooked a little bit, I cleaned.
Mm-hmm.
Did I cook? I don't know. I cleaned though for sure.
The days blur. You cooked this week.
Yeah.
I can't confirm.
This year.
You cooked the entire year. 2020 does need cooked. It's really left us all raw.
2020 is like raw chicken.
Gross.
Just don't
want to deal with it.
Next year better be like...
You gotta wear gloves.
Next year's gonna be like a nice...
But you don't.
A nice... what was that
I
pasta
don't know.
you made one time with the bacon in it? Carbonara?
Mm-hmm. Goopy carbona?
Goopy carbona.
Goopy carbona. Nervy lay. If you know what we're talking about...
Nebi totally. Kanu.
Then you're a cool person and you had a lot of fun as a child.
Send us your Venmo. We'll give you $600 million each if you know what we're talking about.
Lindsay.
Yeah. Crossing my fingers. Yes, that's all the housekeeping. Goodbye, everybody.
Okay, that's it.
No!
Episode 9.
Don't be ridiculous.
That's one for the books.
Do y'all know that it's almost Halloween? Yes, you did.
You know who will remind you that it actually just is Halloween?
12-foot skeleton.
Every 5-year-old ever.
Oh, okay.
The second you tell a 5-year-old it's October, they go, "Oh, it's Halloween," and you're like,
Today.
"No, not really." But
they
we're
wear the
close.
costume the whole month.
Yeah, and the next day they're like, "So is it Halloween?" And you're like, "Ooh, the concept of time doesn't really get to these ones, does it?"
It's all that I have to live for, so I get where they're coming from.
It only happens once a year. I don't know what to tell you.
It's an exciting time. I had to ask off work. It's like, hey, don't skeleton me on this day. They probably still will.
Hey, it happens to not be during the week this year. It doesn't happen, actually. It's on the weekend, so that's nice. Oh, we should, at some point... Okay, ready? We're gonna just both say Halloween in a spooky voice.
Okay.
Halloween. Okay. I was gonna have Harvey insert,
you.
Ooh.
Spooky Halloween.
Spooky.
This just reminds me of, if you've ever seen Schitt's Creek, Myra.
You can't curse on this.
It's spelled differently. It doesn't count. Schitts. Shites.
So now you're pronouncing it differently.
It's Schitt's Creek, but it's not the word you're thinking. But okay, Moira, the mom, she's so funny. She says spooky, and hold on, I have to find a clip, and it won't be longer than 30 seconds, so don't worry. No one's gonna get mad. The way she says it, spooky ghost. Spoiled ghost.
Whenever I think of like Halloween noises, I actually just think of the intro to Scooby-Doo. You know, it's like the lightning and the thunder, and then there's bats flying away. That's like the epitome of Halloween noises. But I guess really it's like the sound of doorbells and candy wrappers. And hands in bowls of candy. I couldn't think of a word.
You know what? There's too much on here. I'm gonna have to look through it later and find one.
You can just make Harvey do it.
A brief clip of her saying spooky. Let me just show you what she sounds like for a minute. Not a minute. Don't worry, not a minute. She's just so funny. Schitt's Creek is really funny.
Oh, you are here. Thank goodness. Stevie, does this computer get internet access? It does. Please log on immediately. certain sensitive photographs from my past.
Okay, can't go more. That was like 20 seconds. I just love her a lot, and she says spooky, and it's really funny.
Spooky. Ooh. So if you haven't guessed, and you probably haven't because we go on tangents, we're going to talk about Halloween today. Lindsay even looked confused when I said that.
Mm-mm.
Halloween.
I
said if
knew
you
exactly
haven't
where you
guessed,
were going.
and you went, and I said you probably haven't guessed because we go on tangents a lot, and you were like, Halloween, all things spooky. I personally don't like when people say spoopy.
Say what?
Spoopy.
Who says that?
People. I
I've
can't. I don't want to
never-
name names.
Someone you know has said that before. Spoopy?
I can't.
You don't have to tell me, but
Okay.
someone said it before?
Yes, people say that.
Spoopy.
It's like funny, like spook, like doggo. Kill me.
I don't get it.
It's like a stupid. Sorry. It's like a different way of saying spooky.
Sorry. Guys,
Cut that out.
okay, I can hardly handle when people say spooky season. No. Stop.
What do you mean spook? We were saying spooky.
They say spooky season instead of Halloween.
Why?
Sorry, I just got a grid on canvas and my heart
Mm.
hit my face.
I can't relate. Never get
Spooky
grades
season.
anymore.
I don't know, just don't call it spooky season. Just call it Halloween. I personally like the term autumn for
That's
the
different though.
fall Halloween era of our year.
I don't think era is quite the word you're looking
Era
for.
of the year. It is the era of the year. The season.
Okay.
Call it spooky era, but please don't do the spooky season alliteration.
Lindsay just hates literature. In
I've
all
gone through a lot,
things
and
literary.
this one more thing I don't want to have to go through. Spooky season.
Oh, the AC just turned on. Speaking of spooky, Lindsay and I just finished The Haunting of Hill House,
So good.
and we can't right now.
It took us a few days.
It took us maybe a week because
And
we
if you
skipped
know
a
us,
day.
when it comes to finishing something, Hunter x Hunter took us like 2 years.
Yeah.
We've been trying to do this 30-day yoga thing for probably 2 months now.
Hey, it's never too late to start again.
Hey, true. But my point being, this show is so good.
So good. I mean, it's also short. It's only 10 episodes.
It like stuck its hand into our hearts and just pulled us in so close. And we'd wake up and be like, can't wait for Haunting of Hill House tonight.
Yeah, no, yeah. I would be like, wake up in the morning. Sorry, I was just thinking of that Kesha song.
Kesha.
And my first thought would be like, oh, I can't wait to watch The Haunting of Hill House tonight. Like, that was the driving force. I was like, it got me to do homework, though. I'm like, if I can just do my homework now, I can watch The Haunting of Hill House later.
Mm-hmm.
And it worked. I got all my
So
homework done,
good.
like, before it was, like, due. Like, not, like, 10 minutes before. Like,
I
at
can't
least 5
relate.
hours before.
I can't relate.
Oh my god, I don't want to spoil literally anything because there's
Don't.
so much to figure out in there.
Okay, just know if you watch it, they put like hidden ghosts in every episode, so look for them.
Yeah, they're like in the background. We
We didn't know until the
didn't
end.
discover until like the last 3 episodes, and it really adds a level of creepiness.
Yes.
There's something about like knowing something is looking at you, but you didn't realize it was looking at you. That makes things really creepy.
Yeah.
Because I had a hard time sleeping one night.
Really? Oh my gosh.
Yeah. And it wasn't until we discovered the ghost in the background. I was fine with all the other stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Because you, like, know it's there and you know
Yeah.
it's... But, like, you know?
Yeah. I mean, granted, it is a scary show, but the plot is so good.
It's like a spooky drama.
Mm-hmm.
Very drama-y.
Yeah. And they
Really
have...
interesting, like, study of, like, family relationships.
Mm-hmm.
It's really
Yeah,
good.
they have a second one, The Haunting of Bly Manor.
Mm-hmm.
I think we're going to start that one. Excited.
Super excited. Some of the same actors, too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But yeah, great. I'm watching it because my sister, her birthday's on Halloween, and she wants us to watch it and discuss.
Yeah.
Because my family does this whole movie discussion thing. Speaking of, I have a movie to watch this week for that. Just remembered.
Which
Come to
one?
find out how. It's a good question. I don't remember. It was my
Never
dad's
heard of
pick. We watched Coraline last week. That's, oh my god, one of my favorite movies. I really just love stop motion though, so it's not really a surprise, but
It's a good one.
That's a good
a long one.
spooky-ish, kind of creepy movie to watch. But yeah, we're getting into some spooky movies. Where's my phone? Oh my god, wait, someone's calling me.
I was like, what?
Wait. Nope, I don't know. That was weird. No one called me. But you heard it too.
Yeah.
Okay.
I thought it was like a bunch of text messages.
I think, does that mean it's time to talk about ghosts?
Ghosts.
Yes. Any experiences with ghosts, Lindsay? Hey, Lindsay!
Hey, Hope.
What's 1 + 1?
2.
Are you too scared to talk about ghosts?
Always. No, when I hear ghost stories or watch ghost things, my eyes water. And I'm not crying.
That's odd.
Don't really know what that's about. But yeah. I believe in ghosts, obviously. Do you believe in ghosts?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Something like that, you know?
Yeah,
Spirits,
there's definitely
ghosts,
something else
there's
out
something
here. I've
out
just
there.
never had a personal experience. I'm good not having one. That's me knocking
That's
on
not wood. I'm not even convinced our
Okay.
walls have wood in them.
I know. Find the, what is it called?
Stud.
The stud. Knock on the popcorn ceiling.
Yeah, that'll
Scratch
make you
up your
bleed.
fingers. I've heard of other people's experience though, and like stories, and my dad has one. What he thinks was like an angel though. So when he was 10, he lives in Dallas, and in Dallas, a lot of the neighborhoods have like alleys, and so the houses, like the backs of houses face each other, and they're kind of close together, and the house behind their house caught on fire. And mind you, his dad was at work. I mean, he had 8 brothers and sisters, so his dad was at work. He had to work a lot. His mom was home. And they needed to get on the roof to hose it off so that the fire didn't make their roof too hot and, like, catch on.
Mm-hmm.
And so his mom wasn't going to go up there because she's like, if I get hurt, what are these kids going to do without me?
Yeah.
And so out of nowhere, all of a sudden, this older man appears in a brown suit, just walking down the street. No one's ever seen him before. He just shows up to their house and is like, do y'all need help? Gets up there and is hosing their roof off. And he gets, like, before they can thank him and everything, he's, like, already gone. Swear, it's a true story.
That's wild.
And so they all think that it was, like, some sort of guardian angel.
That's cool.
Because what dude just appears out of nowhere?
I got some goosebumps.
Me too! I love talking
That's a
about
good
ghosts
one.
and, like, angel stories. It's crazy!
That's like a happy
ghost
story.
Yeah.
Angel, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I like it.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
I have very, very mild, like probably not actually ghost encounters, but in high school
Shaking my head.
I know, I get a lot of flack for this one. A lot of people get really
dangerous.
mad. Oh my gosh, we said goodbye. So if you know what I'm talking about, I went to a Halloween party and we did I say Ouija, because I swear I heard that somewhere that it's pronounced Ouija. I don't care how you say it, but that's how I'm going to say it. Please don't come at me. That's how it's spelled. But I'm going to end it there.
All the Odies are going to come at you again.
We did a Ouija board, and, like, okay, maybe I let it. I don't know. It was, like, 4 years ago. I can't remember.
Mm-hmm.
We also, like, did a seance where, like, we lit a candle, and, like, the candle blew out at one point. But, like, that's not crazy.
You failed to mention that detail, that the candle blew out.
I think I've told you before. You probably just didn't want to remember. I mean, like, it was a bunch of dumb high schoolers all, like, wanting to get spooked. I'm sure someone just blew out the candle. We did summon Amy Winehouse. She's kind of iconic. She still is, but she was very iconic when I was in high school.
Rest in peace.
And, well, I don't know. I think her spirit might be here because I think she was the one we forgot to say goodbye to.
Better her than the other one.
Yeah. I don't even want to talk about the other person we summoned because I really don't want to get anything about that.
Don't.
Okay. But one time I was driving in my car and I was playing music on my phone. I don't listen to Amy Winehouse. I've listened to her, but, like, I don't listen to her. I don't have her music on my phone. And I was just listening to my music, and, like, one of her songs just randomly started playing. And I wasn't on, like, a playlist that gives you random songs. I was on, like, an album.
Mm-hmm.
I was probably listening to, like, Coldplay or something. And her music started playing, and I was like, that's weird.
Did you change it? Or
Hi,
did you let
Amy.
her play?
I don't remember.
She's
I
like,
probably
"Thank
let
you."
it play because I don't change my music when I'm driving. And I know I was driving, so I was probably just like, all right,
Thanks
well.
for letting me come through for a little bit.
I know, I was going to say, I don't think she's evil, so. But I feel bad if we trapped her spirit on Earth. How do you give it back?
I don't know how that works. Like, do they
Me
have to be
neither.
willing to come out during a seance, or?
Well, yeah, because I think you can summon something and it can be like, no thanks.
Mm-hmm.
So, I think that might be it. I don't know. Sometimes I just see things. Not like crazy, like animals. Like, I've had 2 pets pass away at a point where I was old enough to really remember them. And I've seen them before, like at the house when, like, they've been gone for a while.
Excuse me?
Yeah.
You have never told me this.
Well, because I think that's pretty normal. You've never walked around our apartment and, like, kind of thought for a second you saw Daisy?
Never.
Oh, wow. I must be one of those people that's just, like, is super sensitive to spirits or something. We've had 4 pets pass away at our house over the years. We've lived there for, like, 20 years, so we're not, like, murderers or anything.
Wait,
They
have
just
you seen Daisy?
eventually die. No, I've never seen Daisy. I don't think I have had a connection with her the way I did with, like, Beauregard and Cleo, though.
Yeah.
So I think it's something with, like, that connection. Maybe you're
Sorry, Daisy.
more prone to seeing her. You gotta wake up to her on the ceiling.
She's gonna be floating around like that one time.
She also didn't run around a lot. She kind of just sat on the couch. I feel like I would just see her on the couch. But, like, we had a dachshund named Beauregard, and I used to see him around the house sometimes after he passed away. Not, like, crazy, like, I saw him sitting on the floor staring at me, but, like, I would walk past a hallway, and I swear I'd see him, like, run down the hallway. It never creeped me out, though.
Yeah.
Now it's creeping me out. So.
Me too.
You've never. Come on.
Mm-mm.
But I've never seen anything, like, exceptionally creepy. I've never seen, like, a full-on ghost. I have sleep paralysis sometimes, but I've never had a sleep paralysis,
sleep paralysis is
episode.
Something else.
Yeah,
Oh my
I'm trying to think. I think, like, a few times, like, our TV's randomly turned on, but that's not really that crazy. And we're like, ooh, a ghost.
I think, like, so there's one, like, experience that I sort of had was at my papa's funeral.
I was gonna say, yeah, I know you've told me about this before.
Yeah, there were 2 things that day. So he died in 2015, my mom's dad. And his dad was, I think he was a conductor, like a train conductor.
That's cool.
Yeah, his name was Grandpa Pete. And I never met him or anything.
His first name was Grandpa?
Grandpa Pete, yes. He was destined for it. So I never met him, but, like, all my life growing up, if we saw a train, we'd be like, hi, Grandpa Pete. Like, just something that, like, my parents would say.
Mm-hmm.
And so during my papa's funeral, oh my gosh, I'm gonna tear up thinking about it. It was crazy. So we're all sitting there and it's quiet. We hear a train. Everyone hears a train, and everyone in the family knows. We're all like, oh my gosh. And we all start bawling, like, in the front row, just like, no, it's too much. It was really cool. Like, it wasn't a bad feeling. It was like, it was almost like, I'm okay, you know, like one of those. And then after that, we get into, like, I think that we, like, took a limo to the funeral.
God, I think we should stop this podcast.
Let's just pause it real quick.
I'm sorry, what was that?
It could be Stefan.
Is Stefan here? Oh, there we go.
Okay.
So,
Well,
update.
That was really spooky.
And I bet you can't hear it in the recording because it was
a
too
ghost.
quiet.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay, guys. Right before we paused, I don't even know. Like,
we heard, like,
it was like someone was trying to make a call.
yeah, you know that when you're making a call and you're listening, it makes that, like, dial, like, we heard that, but so faint.
But also, like, it was on speaker on someone's phone.
Yeah.
But it sounded like it was coming from Hope's room.
It literally sounded like it was right here.
Enough to freak us out so much that, like, we weren't like, oh, that's someone outside.
Yeah, we, like, paused it and looked around the apartment.
It was so creepy. I don't know.
Creepy.
And then Hope's phone went off earlier and no one, like, we got phone ghosts in here. Steve Jobs? Is that you?
I'm sure it was just someone walking past, or, like, our neighbor who talks on the phone a lot outside.
Yeah,
but
it was just
a little spooky.
I don't know. And of course it had to be during this episode.
Right? We really walked right into that one. Oh my gosh, Scoby.
Anyways, okay, to
So-
finish off my story. So we get into the limo after the funeral, and his favorite song, we turn the car on, the first song that's on is his favorite song. It's like a country song, a Billy Currington song. And we start crying again because we're like, okay, we get it. Like, we know you're here.
Mm-hmm.
It was just crazy. Like, those are the kinds of things that I like to hear people
Yeah.
tell their stories about. They're so interesting to me.
Those are interesting.
And I'm a sucker for them. I totally believe them. Girl?
Scoby.
Why?
I had one in my mind I was going to talk about, and now I, for the life of me, cannot remember it.
I bet it'll come to you.
Yeah. It's another one where I think, like, it was just kind of like a... Oh, what was it? I don't know, but maybe it'll come back to me. So, what else were we going to talk about?
I was going to talk about the Driscoll.
Oh yeah, I know
Don't know how to
nothing
pronounce
about
it.
that, so please educate me.
Okay, it's a hotel in Austin. It's on 6th Street. I'm not sure how old it is. Excuse me, I think it's at least like 100 years old.
Mm-hmm.
It's really beautiful.
I would say it's the really nice one.
Mm-hmm. It's like further down 6th Street. Like, it's not really Dirty 6, but it's still on 6th Street.
Mm-hmm.
So apparently the 5th floor is haunted. They say that there was a room, I think it's room 525 or something. And there was like, I can't remember like the details really. Just something creepy about that room. Like 2 deaths occurred in that room like 100 years apart or
Mm-hmm.
something weird. And so anyways, me and my friend a few years ago were like, let's take the bus to 6th Street and let's just go explore the Driscoll. So we did, and like we were talking to the not the concierge, but like just someone who
Check-in people.
yeah, we were like, we've heard this is haunted, and they were like, oh yeah, we get that all the time. He was like, look, I'm not gonna say anything, but he gave us like a little pamphlet about it. He like pulled it out from the thing, and he was like, and they also have like renovated a lot since, so we
Mhm.
actually don't know exactly which room it would have been, which I call BS. I'm like, I think you know, you just don't want people to freak out.
Yeah.
So we went up to the 5th floor, and my friend that I went with, he was like, he is like more in tune with like spiritual things and like palm readings, tarot cards, energy kinds of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And so we're both really excited about it. And we're up there and we feel weird. We're just like, we don't know if it's like being excited and like we want to feel a different energy, but it felt like it was off. We were just like kind of nervous the whole time. Like, I just want to get out of here.
Mm-hmm.
And so we're looking and we find the room 525 and we took pictures in front of it. But
Interesting.
no real like ghost experience there. I wish I had more about like what actually happened. I can look that up later. But like just it was weird. I don't know. I wanted to experience something. You know, everyone talks about like this haunted place, and then of course, because this happened to me before in Galveston. There's a hotel called Hotel Galvez. It's also really old,
Mm-hmm.
and that one is like this bride was waiting for like her husband, like her soon-to-be husband, to come back, and I think like he ended up coming back 3 days later. But she just assumed that he died, and so she, like, hung herself from one of, like, the bell towers. And he came back 3 days later. Like, girl, it's so sad.
That's intense.
Anyways, they say there's a lot of action in one of the bathroom stalls in the ladies' restrooms. So me and my a long time ago, we're in Galveston. We went to the hotel. We, like, snuck into the pool. Like, her parents took us, and we just kind of, like, we're at the pool for the day. It was really fun. But anyways, all about finesse. Anyways, so I was like, I gotta go check that bathroom stall. I knew exactly which one it was supposed to be. Like, I was expecting, like, Moaning Myrtle or something.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing happened again. But, I don't know. I just, like, I wonder if, like, these stories are fabricated or not.
Yeah.
Not that I'm really skeptical,
it definitely would
but...
draw people.
Right?
Yeah.
I know. So, also, I feel like because I'm looking, or I want to see something, the ghosts are like, no.
Yeah.
We're gonna take someone who's off guard.
Yeah.
Scare them. So
you just gotta happen upon a haunted place and not realize it.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Exactly.
Would you stay the night at a haunted hotel?
Yeah. I find things I can't see creep me out significantly less. If I saw a ghost, I would be freaked out.
Mm-hmm.
But feeling the presence of a ghost weirds me out, but like because I can't see it, I think it freaks me out less. I know that's weird. I
I
think
feel
it's
like
probably
I'm
the
opposite.
Yeah.
If I can feel it but I can't see them, I don't know where they are.
Yeah.
Like, they could be like behind me.
I think in my mind, I'm like, if I can't see you because you can't be seen, not because you're like hiding, then you probably can't do anything to me.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you can maybe like make me feel cold or something. I don't know what I'm talking about.
You can scare the living hell out of me.
Yeah, but you can't kill me.
I don't know.
Lots of knocking on wood tonight.
Yes. Oh my gosh. I don't know. I would go for the day. I don't think I would sleep. I've heard people who go stay at like haunted hotels, their shoes are always, they end up moved in the middle of the night. Like,
Our sleepover that one time.
oh, the bag?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was nuts.
Oh my god, I have one. This happened when I was like, I don't know. I don't even think I was in school yet. So 5 and under. Me and my brother, I have a bunch of siblings. My brother Preston, he's the one that streams. We walked into my parents' bathroom. They have like the big room in the house with the really big bathroom. And we walk in, and at the end of their bathroom is kind of like almost like a long hallway. At the end is their closet. And we're looking from the door to the bathroom all the way down to the closet, and there is a hand. Just a hand. We couldn't see anything else. The closet was like pitch black.
It wasn't like a glove, was it?
It was just a hand. It was just like almost like a, what's the word? Not disjointed. Just disjointed? Disembodied hand. Not that we could tell that it was actually just a hand, but that was just all you could see. And then pure darkness. Just throwing socks out of my parents' closet. Just throwing socks out. Nothing necessarily evil. It didn't say anything. There were no noises.
Saw it too.
My brother can confirm. We both have confirmed separately that we have seen this.
I'm never going to your house.
I don't know why
again.
2 5-year-olds and a 9-year-old would really care to make this up, because why? And I feel like kids have the, you know, like
it wasn't
I was
like a sibling like scaring y'all.
No one's ever owned up to it. And I'm gonna be honest with you, if they haven't owned up to it now, I just don't think anyone actually did it in my family. I think it was just a weird experience. I kind of forgot about that. We talk about it surprisingly a lot. Because, yeah, no one's ever, like, been like, oh, yeah, that was me. The reason I'm not even, like, it was one of my siblings, because it just didn't seem like a whole person. It literally just seemed like a hand. Because it was weirdly...
You just have, like, a hand haunting your house?
It was weirdly close to the floor. You know what I mean? Like, they would have to be laying down for their arm to be that low.
Also, what's so weird is, like, y'all built your house. You're the only family that's ever lived there. It's not like somebody else died before you. So...
It's weird.
It's weird. And then, yeah, one time I was sleeping over, which I practically lived at Hope's house growing up. We lived across the street from each other.
Yeah.
And I had this little bag. It was like a limited 2 bag. It was blue and green.
I remember it, yeah. I'm imagining it.
The drawstrings.
Uh-huh.
And I had it in her room, and then in the morning, nobody could find it.
It was gone.
It was gone. We were like, what the heck? Like, we looked everywhere, and then, did someone else find it?
I think my sister found it.
Under the bathroom sink.
Yeah.
In a different bathroom.
Different bathroom. Don't know why it was there.
And nobody owned up to it.
No one said, oh, that was me. I thought it'd be funny.
The only thing that I can think of is, besides like a spiritual thing, is like a sleepwalker. But I think you would know if someone was a sleepwalker.
I think I used to sleepwalk when I was little, but like, I don't know why a sleepwalker would take something. Also, sleepwalking's so creepy.
So creepy.
So creepy.
I'm not a fan.
I'm glad no one I know sleepwalks. My brother does.
Who?
Spencer.
Spencer, did you move my bag? I won't be mad. You can tell me.
I don't even think he lived at home at that point. He's probably in college.
Yeah, gosh, I don't know.
Weird, though.
So, we still haven't, like, gone over it.
But it's things like that where for some reason it never occurred to me that could have been in some way paranormal. It was just, like, a weird story. Mm-hmm. But now that I think about it, I'm like, well,
because you just
maybe.
You're like, no, it's just not, like, there's no way. But it's like, there's so many things that could be possible in this world that I don't like, deny things. I'm like, I don't know. Mm-hmm. Like, who am I to say that that's not real?
Yeah, I don't know. Weird experiences. I still never thought of the one I was gonna say.
It'll come to you.
It'll come to me.
Okay. I also wanted to talk about haunted houses, like fake haunted houses. Like, so we're from Houston, and like, so Phobia was the big one in Houston. Have you ever been to a haunted house like that?
I don't think I would like it.
I wouldn't go again. I went to Scream World in 8th grade. On a church overnight lock-in.
That is so funny.
A Catholic church lock-in.
They're like, let's go scare the shit out of ourselves.
Let's go to Scream World. It was very scary. I had a good time because the guy I had a crush on was there. And I remember playing a lot of... I was showing everyone the song Bottoms Up by Trey Songz.
Catholics, man.
Such a good song. Anyways, it was scary. I just, like, I don't know. I heard that after Halloween, they can actually touch you. The people who work at the haunted house. Because usually they can't touch you, actually. They can just jump out at you. They can actually, like, touch you. Like, no.
They have those ones that are, like, super messed up where you sign, like, a waiver to go in. No. And they, like, straight up, like, kind of torture you.
Yeah.
People.
Why would you
Why?
want that?
There's one where, yeah, they'll, like, torture you and, like, they'll, like, cover your eyes so that you can't see and then, like, throw things on you and, like, spit at you. I'm like, why would you want someone to do that to you? Why would you pay someone to do that to you?
I wouldn't.
That's not even, like, scary. That's just, like, messed up.
Yeah,
I
I
don't
have not
get
been
it.
back to one since. I don't know. I used to watch a lot of YouTube videos on, like, haunted house walkthroughs because I was like, I don't want to go, but I just want to see.
Yeah.
And it would be so fascinating to me. And now
Something
I'm like,
that creeps me out is abandoned amusement parks.
they are creepy.
Shout out to my Disney obsession. Because Disney has a few abandoned parks and stuff like that. And I've seen a few videos on them. And it is really creepy. Just like...
It's just so eerie.
Yeah, like, in, like, the water, you can't, like, see into the water. And you're like, even though you know in your mind, like, nothing's really living in there that's abnormal. It's just off.
Have you ever heard, like, old sirens going off that are, like, they, like, don't use them anymore, but they're, like, still run sometimes, and they're just, like, real old and, like...
What are you talking about?
Like, old sirens.
Like, randomly in the day?
Like, say there's a town that's, like, a ghost town now, like, not really a town anymore, and they used to have sirens, like, maybe, like, a disaster happened that cleared everyone out, and there was a place that would need a siren for said disaster, and then now I don't know, maybe I'm thinking of, like, Chernobyl or something. Let me find an example later and tell you.
Because I don't understand what you mean.
Think about, like, the UT sirens that go off once a month.
Which scared me once when I was wearing headphones and took them off in the middle of listening to a song.
Yeah, if you don't know that it's a drill.
But no one else was running, so I was like, I think we're fine.
No. So think that, but, like, abandoned amusement park. Nobody else is there.
See, I didn't know we were still on abandoned amusement park.
Well, just, like, I'm thinking, like, towns, creepy, like, I don't know why, but, like, I've seen them before in videos of just, like, sirens. I think it's, like, this creepy Twitter account that I used to follow, and it was, like, creepy haunting videos, and it was, like, old siren going off in, like, I don't know, like, evacuated town, and it's just, like...
Interesting. I've never heard of that.
Horrifying. Okay, I'll show you later.
You'll have to, if we're up for it.
Yeah, in a month or so.
Yeah.
Around Christmas
next
time.
year.
Yes. I guess, do you want to, like, move into, like, movies and I mean, I don't know. I just had Halloween written down, like, the Michael Myers Halloween. That's the only movie that, like, scary movie that ever really scared me growing up.
I haven't seen that since I was, like, 10. I don't know why I watched it when I was 10. I watched it with my siblings. I'm the youngest, so I kind of watched things I wasn't supposed to watch a little earlier. I'm trying to think, like...
I don't know why. It scared me so bad. Maybe because Zach, my brother, used to have the mask.
Yeah.
And he would, like, hide in the garage at night when Hope and I were playing in the cul-de-sac. And we'd look into my garage, which was open and pitch black.
Him.
Just the white Michael Myers face peering through. You find out it's Zach's hand that was throwing the socks. Yeah,
Mind
just...
blown.
Other than that, like, other scare... Like, Paranormal Activity didn't really scare me.
No.
I was just like, what? I remember being, like, 8 and being like, alright, I'm gonna watch it. And then being like... What?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I think The Haunting of Hill House was the first, I guess not movie, but like movie/TV show in a long time to really creep me out.
Yeah. Because it wasn't easy. It's like, there were so many layers to everything that you didn't quite know what was going on. Whereas in Paranormal Activity, it's like, oh, the ghost is just trying to scare me.
Yeah.
Here it's like, wait, is this the ghost or is this their psychology? Like, is this their mind? Like, what's going on? Is that even a ghost or is that a real person?
Yeah, they really... I think what they do so well in that show is they use silence to their advantage. Because, like, yeah, you can scare someone by, like, making, like, loud noises or, like, you can be really almost gory or do jump scares. But this show, like one of the creepiest things was just a ghost in the background staring at you.
Yeah.
Like, not popping out at you, nothing big, and you're just like, ugh.
And then, like, the use of children and, like, them being susceptible to like spirits was they also used that to their advantage, and it was so creepy. And like my mom used to say when we were babies that like we'd be sitting in our high chairs just staring off down the hall, and she'd be like, "What are you looking at?"
Yeah.
And we would just keep staring, and she was like, "Well,
Kids, man.
yeah, and pets."
Yeah. My cat will randomly meow at the walls, but I'm pretty sure it's bugs in our walls.
Yeah, we have a lot of little German roaches.
But
Grody.
I mean, sometimes it's creepy.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's creepy when she's in my room and she meows, and I'm like, oh, what is that? Scary.
Or she's outside in the hallway. Yeah. I have some like book recommendations. I was looking today. I was like, what are good Halloween or like spooky books to read? So, one that I've actually been seeing pop up a lot. I mean, I follow a lot of like book accounts on Instagram. I really want to run my own. That's like my dream is to run like a book account.
That'd be fun,
right? Okay. The first one is called The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue, and it's by V.E. Schwab. And I don't know, my friend Lindsay W., hey girl, it's her favorite author. I'd never heard of this author. Hey, yeah, girl.
Yeah, girl.
And she's like, it's so good. Like, she's going to lend it to me when she's done, so I'm excited. There's another one called Rebecca, which might be more well-known, by Daphne du Maurier.
I don't know what either of these are.
I think that one is, like, she moves into this house, and she's haunted by the memories of, like, the widow that used to live there, or something like that.
Oh.
Kind of sounds familiar to Haunting of Hill House. Sort of. Another one called Practical Magic by Alice Hoffman. And
the movie? Isn't that a movie?
Practical Magic?
Yeah.
Maybe. It could be. I don't know.
We'll see.
And then one that I'm reading right now, which is more of like a kid's book, and it's a young adult. It's not like scary, but it's about dragons and magic, so I thought, why not? The Language of Spells by Garrett Ware. It's about this dragon and this little kid, and they kind of like have to solve a mystery, and it's kind of like historical fiction too, so it's a really pretty book. Like the book jacket and like the pictures inside. It's very beautiful.
Remember that one? It looked good.
So if y'all want any like spooky book recommendations,
yeah. Well, over Christmas break, I read The Winter's Child. Not set during like Halloween or anything, but just kind of spooky, like kind of paranormal, like seeing things kind of stuff go on in that book. It was pretty good. It was a pretty quick read. A solid twist. There's a solid twist in that book. I enjoyed that. It's about like a widow. No. Sorry. A woman who lost her child. Not a widow. And just like she starts to kind of see things. It was good. I read it in like 2 days. And then The Haunting of Hill House is actually a book by Shirley Jackson. I know Shirley because that's a character in the show.
Dumb Shirley.
Not the author.
No.
The character. And then I think Bly Manor. I don't know the exact book, but is also based on a book. And I think the books are both a lot more about the haunting part and not the like relationships. So if you like the show, read them, and if you're just looking for something kind of spooky to read, I'd read them too. They're kind of like, I think, both pretty well known like horror novels.
There's I don't know what I was gonna say.
I need to read more of those. I think that would be something that would really interest me. There's something about books.
That's what I was gonna say.
When they're creepy, it's like
it's different. It is because you don't have to cover your eyes. There's not an image unless they have pictures that's gonna jump out and scare you.
Yeah.
But on top of that, you get to imagine it yourself.
You can make it extra creepy.
You can make it as creepy as you want. And then it's like, I find this with mystery books and this like thrillers, and I'm like, I have to keep reading. Like I need to know what's gonna happen next.
Yeah.
Like, I'm thinking of one of those. I think not Gone Girl, but The Girl on the Train. That book, I was like, that was a pretty good thriller. It was like, I guess you could say it was sort of a mystery. But it was so good. I was like, I need to know what's gonna happen.
Gone Girl was like that for me.
Yeah.
I read that in high school. I was a 10th grader. Thank you to my teacher that let me read it.
Yeah.
She was like, are your parents okay with this? And I was like, they don't care. And she was like, okay.
Yeah. No, we like librarians and teachers who do that.
Yeah. That was a good one too. That was a page turner for me. I was also like in 10th grade, like I just said. So I was like, ooh, they talk about sex sometimes. Interesting.
That was in the twilight in middle school. was like, what?
Kissing?
She's gonna have a
Blood
vampire
sucking?
baby?
Vampire baby?
Why didn't she want to be with Jacob?
Interesting.
Team Jacob. I used to be so mad. I was like, I don't get it. Edward Cullen is very pale, and he's gross. He's a vampire. Jacob is a beautiful... Jacob. He's a beautiful boy. He's nice and tan.
You're making it weird.
He's really...
I don't...
A beautiful man. He's really short. Did you know that?
Uh-huh. He doesn't...
He doesn't do it for you?
No, I mean, he doesn't act anymore, really.
Yeah, I don't know.
He was in, like, Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
Taylor Swift.
He's also, like... I feel like he was in, like, a crime show-ish kind of thing, but I could be making that up.
I have no idea.
I used to have a big crush on him when I was little, if you can tell.
I was team neither. I enjoyed Twilight for what it was, and that's all you need to know.
It took me 3 years to read the whole series because I was in middle school and I was like, everyone was reading it and I was like, I should try it. And then I was like, I don't like this, but I'm so invested at this point, I should just keep going.
Mm-hmm.
And they're long books. And the books, I realized the books weren't that bad when I watched the movies. Because the movies are awful. Just awful.
But they're like that good awful.
It's like a good bad. Like, you like to watch it because
Yeah.
it's bad. Like a lot of the movies we watched.
Yeah. Not Flower.
Not Flower.
Don't watch
Didn't
Flower.
enjoy that one. Not
Don't
at
do
all.
it.
I have a few podcasts, too, that are kind of spooky.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, and Sarah...
Oh, yes.
Shout outs to Sarah. She recommended Black Wall Street 1921.
I think so.
Uh-huh. And she said... She didn't actually say what it was about, but it just sounds interesting. Anything that takes place in the 20s, count me in. If you're like a nerd, she says, like me, like her, oh man, ologies and science verses? I'm sorry, can you make sure I read that right? The very last sentence.
Yeah.
Okay. Ologies? Would be ologies.
OLO. Ologies?
I thought it was ologies.
And I think I've listened to science verses before.
Oh, they're two different ones.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I
think
we
so.
can put those in the description.
Yeah.
And you can go check them out if you're interested. Thank you, Sarah. We
Yes.
appreciate your email.
We love you, Sarah. You're amazing.
Yes, we love getting emails.
I think, so Black Wall Street, I'm assuming it's just about how there was a Black Wall Street and how probably what happened and how it got, like, shut down and everything.
Yeah.
Pretty sad.
Sounds interesting.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
It's something that's not very well known.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I knew about that until a few months ago. So, yeah. Also, I listened to And That's Why We Drink. They cover true crime and paranormal.
I've listened to that a little bit, probably like 10 episodes, but that goes into my whole hearing about gory things messes with my mind, so I can't do it.
That's
much.
fair, because sometimes it's really tough to hear that stuff. Also, last podcast on the left, they do very extensive research of true crime, paranormal, pretty much everything, and they're funny, and so is That's Why We Drink. And then there's a new one that I heard of today called Astonishing Legends, and they talk about ghost stories, and they call people in who have, like, had experience with them, and they basically have, like, a roundtable discussion about their experiences, and I think I'm gonna have to actually start listening to it. I listened to it a little bit.
That sounds interesting.
Yeah. Those are my podcasts and book recs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't have any creepy podcast recs because I don't listen to those.
I think there's one called Lore.
Okay,
but I think
actually,
they talk about it's like made up stories, right?
I think I did used to listen to Lore. That sounds so familiar.
Isn't it like creepy stories, but are they made up?
I don't remember, but I'm pretty sure I used to listen to it. Because I also used to listen to something about Alice. Like Alice in Wonderland, but it was like one of those podcasts that's like actually like a written story. You know what I mean? Like they're basically acting while they read it. That one, maybe a little bit creepy, just kind of odd. Not in a bad way, like in a good way. But I don't know, fell off of it.
Yeah.
I don't remember what Lore was. Maybe Lore was the creepy ones. But there's one of them that just I could not handle the voice of the person narrating. And I was like, look, I'm sure this is good, but I can't do it.
Yeah.
But yeah. Yeah. Lore is a podcast about the frightening history behind common folklore. I think it was the voice sounded very robotic, and I didn't like it.
That's
Sorry,
fair.
I'm sure it was good.
I mean, if you're sitting there listening to something,
might
you
as
want
well
to enjoy
like the way it
the
sounds.
narration. Something that I want y'all to look up is the John Lawson house. I believe it's in New York. Oh my gosh, I could be wrong. But it's so creepy. I saw it on TikTok. It's like
TikTok.
a really, really old house. No one is said to live there. But there's mannequins that sit like around the house. Every day they change. Like someone is changing them and changing their clothes and stuff. Every single day someone changes their position. They'll be sitting on the porch. But they do say that there was a long time ago, there was a train crash like 300 feet from the house, like really close. And a lot of people died, and they say that the mannequins are pointing towards that direction. I don't know. But there's it's a neighborhood. And so there's houses next to it. No one's ever seen anyone changing them. I have goosebumps thinking about it.
Who would want to live in that neighborhood?
I know. Who would want to live next to the house?
Not me.
It's pretty scary. It's just kudos to whoever's dedicated to that and changing them.
Kudos to the ghost that is working hard every day. Even ghosts, man, the grind never stops.
It never stops.
Even after you die.
Never. Yeah, I don't know. That's the kind of stuff. I want to go on a haunted ghost tour.
I would do that.
Right?
That sounds fun.
Of the US.
Yeah.
Okay, let me just show you a picture real quick. It'd be like Ghost Adventures, but good.
Can you imagine if we hosted Ghost Adventures?
Oh, me and Emily, my cousin, used to watch so much Ghost Adventures that we would act it out. We would videotape it. And we meet in Galveston. We used to spend a lot of time in Galveston. And I think one of us would be Zach, one of us would be Eric. Is there an Eric? There's an Alex.
I don't know. I was thinking of your brother and I got really confused.
No, Zach Baggins is the main guy.
I love him.
We would act him out, but it would be and we were 9 and 7. She's a little younger than me. And be like, oh my god, did you hear that? I think it was a ghost. And be like, oh no, sorry, I farted. It was the dumbest thing ever, but we thought it was hilarious.
9-year-old humor.
Recording it on an iPod Touch.
I love it.
Okay. See, they're full on mannequins and they switch every day.
That's weird.
I don't
Someone
know how
has to do
someone
that.
went up there and took pictures of them. I wouldn't step foot.
1920s.
But there's people that live around them.
So someone's clearly doing that. That's not a ghost.
I don't know why a ghost would.
Right?
Don't
ghosts have better things to be doing than changing mannequins?
Hey, they might get mad at you. I don't know.
I respect ghosts.
I do too.
I believe in ghosts.
Yeah.
And hey, if you live here and you're haunting this place, you were probably here before me, right? Because that's how that works. So it's Pippa snoring.
Okay, I was
yeah. No, she snores. My cat snores sometimes.
Pippa, why are you scaring me like this?
Yeah, you get used to it. Yeah.
Yeah, that's. I mean, I thought it'd be kind of cute if we talked about our Halloween costumes. I feel like they've been good.
Have they?
Recent years.
I haven't.
Your family goes hard on Halloween.
Yeah. Wow. Last year I was teaching on Halloween, so me and my cohort gals dressed up as crayons. That was a purple crayon.
Yeah.
Did not look great in the picture. I have that shirt somewhere. I don't know. My face was bloated for some reason. My face is always bloated for some reason.
Same. It happens to me every day.
Did you dress up last year?
I was two.
What? 2 years old? I'm sorry, you can't just say I was 2.
You didn't let me finish. I was 2 different Halloween costumes last year. I was Shigo.
Oh, Shigo, yeah.
From Kim Possible, and then I was Princess Mia from Princess Diaries. Because I went to 2 different Halloween little parties.
I remember when you could go to Halloween parties?
I miss it.
I didn't. I fell asleep on the couch. Hopelessly, might I add, waiting for trick-or-treaters at an apartment complex.
That's majority grad students.
And families with families with maybe 1 kid, but they didn't trick-or-treat here.
They go to the neighborhoods.
Yeah, so that's just the kind of person I am, Mm-hmm. We ate almost all that candy. Not quite.
Oh yeah, there's a little bit left. Mm-hmm. We have to get Halloween candy again for us.
For all the kids.
I know I'm gonna be this
year. We should do that Sherlock Holmes thing on Halloween night again.
Yes,
but this time...
my gosh. Actually, yeah. Yeah, or start earlier in the night.
I'm thinking we do the Sherlock Holmes thing earlier, and then we can still have our party.
We can, like, have a little bit of a drink swell, but,
We can do
like,
some day
not go
drinking.
hard. Yeah. You and your sisters were also Hocus Pocus.
Yes, we used to go to the like
The Ren Fest.
Renaissance fair or festival Halloween weekend. Because like I said, it's my sister's birthday, so it's kind of an even bigger deal in my family. And we were the Sanderson sisters. I was Mary, no surprise there.
What is that supposed to mean?
I don't know, I feel like I'm Mary in this situation. I'm definitely not Sarah. Sarah's the like really pretty one who's like,
What? Are you trying to say that you're not really pretty?
no, but like that's her thing, is she's like the young one with the blonde hair.
She's, like, into her looks a lot.
Yeah. They all are though. My other sister was Winnie. She did a great Winnie.
Mm-hmm.
I really went in on the wig for Mary. It was a lot. And I walked around with my lip weird a lot because she does that in the movie.
Not to mention you were walking out with me, and I was Raven.
Yeah,
from
you were
Teen
Raven.
Titans.
People were probably like, this is a weird crossover.
What's going on?
One of the years before that, we were the characters from Bob's Burgers. I was Jean. I always get the character where it's like, okay. And I liked being Jean. I had a short haircut, so it kind of
Jean's
fit.
the best.
I got to walk around in my dad's yellow shirt because I didn't own one, and like I had a burger hat that I put on my head. My dad was Jimmy Pesto. Let me tell you, the most recognized character was my dad as Jimmy Pesto. People would be like, hey, it's Jimmy Pesto.
Jimmy! He looked good as Jimmy Pesto. I saw the pictures.
He looks like Jimmy Pesto.
Your mom was funny too as the mom. What's her name? Lisa?
Louise? No.
No.
Is it Lisa?
It starts with an L, right?
Oh, Bobby.
Is it Lisa?
Oh.
Belcher?
No. It's not Lisa. Linda.
Lisa.
I have not watched
Bob's
Burgers in a
Burgers.
while.
Yeah, it's been a few years.
Taylor was Louise.
Mm-hmm.
Her ears didn't come in the one time. She was mad about it. So she was the episode where Louise loses her ears. And she still looked like it.
She did.
So, I don't really remember much before that. I feel like every family, at some point, the kids, when you're young, is like a pumpkin. I was a pumpkin.
Yeah.
I think my nephews have all been pumpkins at this point.
There's an episode of, this is not about little kids being pumpkins, but an episode of How I Met Your Mother where he falls in love with a slutty pumpkin at a Halloween party.
A slutty pumpkin?
Yeah.
Please explain.
I can't, you just would have to watch it.
I didn't really like How I Met Your Mother.
I loved it. I watched it in 10th grade, and now it's my show that I watch when I can't sleep, because I'm not going to miss anything.
I thought that was any other show. Grey's Anatomy. New Girl.
Well, Grey's Anatomy, though, I go back and I have to rewatch.
The Office.
If I've already seen it, then I'm like,
I don't have a show for that. I just force myself to lay in the dark.
No, I get a little bit scared. Scared of the dark.
Scared of the dark. Can you, do you ever sleep in pitch blackness? Pitch darkness?
I used to be really good about it. For a long time, I was like, I'm just gonna go to bed. Now I'm like, I like light. I like a little something.
Yeah. I feel like it can't really be avoided here because I always have my curtains. Even when I have my curtains closed, they're semi see-through. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was Naruto. Well, I wasn't Naruto. I was a Naruto character a few years ago.
Who were you?
I was kind of modeled after Tintin, but I didn't want to be her because she's kind of a weak character. But I copied her hairstyle. But it was a complete DIY. DIY costumes are the best.
Mm-hmm. I don't know if I've ever really bought a costume. Other than maybe I'm sure that pumpkin costume was bought.
Yeah, I'm thinking there probably are some when I was little. And then
my mom would always be like, no. Because sometimes I'd want to be something she considered scandalous. Like when I was 12, I wanted to be this fairy, and she was like, that's inappropriate. It was another 12-year-old girl in the picture. I guess maybe it was slightly inappropriate, but not actually.
Mm-hmm.
Just too Halloween-y. My mom's not a big fan of Halloween. She doesn't really celebrate.
Yeah, I was a disco girl one time.
I remember that.
Totally had an afro. Probably totally not okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, good stuff. But that was store-bought. I've had a lot of store-boughts when I was little. But my favorite of all time was freshman year of college. I was our football coach, Charlie Strong. And okay, he's black. I didn't do anything racially inappropriate, I promise. But I had a mock turtleneck that he would wear with the longhorn on it. I borrowed khaki pants from my friend. I had like a few guy friends that year that helped me out with my costume, and he had like the longhorn tennis shoes. From my other guy friend, I borrowed a headset. Like when they're on the field, they wear like their.
Mm-hmm.
It was incredible.
That's funny.
It was really like there were all these girls who were like really cute and like kind of skanky and like just the spirit of Halloween, you know, having fun.
Yeah.
Here I am dressed as our head football coach.
Yeah.
Oh.
I gotta figure out what I'm gonna be this year. I think I know, but I can't tell anyone because
I know what I'm gonna be.
my family's doing a virtual Halloween costume contest, and there's money involved, and I would like to win. And I think mine's pretty funny.
Yeah,
Is it good enough?
I agree. I agree. We will expose our Halloween costumes after they happen.
Yeah.
We'll tell y'all. I'm excited for mine.
After our tiny 4-person Halloween.
Hopefully, if Stephanie even gets off work.
Yeah.
Ay.
Well, is that it?
That's it.
I guess we'll do our little plug at the end. Write in questions, comments, suggestions, and stories.
Please, we want some stories.
Yes, we love reading them. We also need friends, just like everyone else. So getting those emails is kind of like a nice reminder that people listen.
Yeah, and please help us to share us, tell your friends about us.
Rate our podcast if you use something where you can rate it.
Mm-hmm.
You can't rate it on like Spotify and stuff. Although you can follow us on Spotify.
Yes.
Which helps too. But yeah, write us in at uncommonthoughtspodcast@gmail.com. You can check the description for our merch on Redbubble. Shout outs to literally anyone that supports us on Redbubble.
Yes.
That eventually will help us pay for the cost of this podcast.
Yeah.
So,
yes.
and I guess I'll link my Etsy again. We got some new earrings, some new pillows. So if you're looking for that, I know Christmas is coming up, so check it out, baby.
Yeah, just once again, paranormal stories, experiences, anything of the sort, Halloween, funny Halloween stories, costume mishaps. We love it. We want it all. Write us in.
Creepy stories that you've heard about, unrelated to you, doesn't matter.
Doesn't
Your
matter.
favorite Halloween movies. We would love a list. We're trying to do spooky Halloween movies, and then we like get stuck not actually watching one.
Yeah, well, Netflix and Hulu don't have the greatest selection.
Yeah, they kind of... Netflix especially has really fallen off the...
No joke.
What's it called? Relevancy and...
The relevancy train.
Man.
But yeah.
All right.
Other than that, have a great night or day or whatever you're doing.
Stay spooky.
And stay safe.
Yeah, girl.
Yeah.
Yes, girl.
And
we need a catchphrase at the end.
We do. I think that we'll find one eventually. I'm getting so many emails from my professor. She's really
going for it.
She's stressing me out.
I think that's our cue to say goodbye.
All right.
Bye. Bye.
Happy Halloween.
Happy early Halloween.